I'm going to speak about Yin and Yang, which a lot of people always get confused between the Yin and the Yang and what its definition is. Before we go to the Yin and Yang, let's talk about heaven, human, and earth. Heaven is Yang nature. It's the sun, the moon, and the stars. Human connect to the Jing, the Qi, the Shen. Jing is the sexual essence, the Qi, which is your vital energy or internal energy. Shen is the spirit. And earth is Yin nature, connect to fire, water, and wind. As you know, so then fire is Yang, water is Yin. Okay? So according to 5 elements, wood, fire, earth, metal, water. So wood will be Yang, fire is Yang, earth is Yin, we just spoke now, metal is Yin, and water is Yin. So the creations before, how the creation of going from nothing to something. Okay, nothing will be emptiness, something will be the motions. So Wu is nothing, Yao is something. Okay, so then from nothing to something come the 2 forms, Liang Yi, so which would be your Yang and Yin. Then from your Yang to Yin, it split into Su Xiang, which will be your 4 seasons. Okay, which Yang will be winter and spring, Yin will be autumn and summer. So that's where from the creations to nothing to something to Yang, Yin to your 4 seasons. Okay. Then of course from your 4 seasons it will split to the 8 trigram Bagua. Okay, so from the Yang side of winter, okay, will be Shao Yang, Shao Yin. Shao Yang will represent heaven, Shao Yin will be the lake. On the spring side will be Yang Ming. Okay, so Li is fire, Chen is thunder. On the Yin nature side, autumn is Tai Yin, Shun represent wind and water, Kan represent water. Then on the summer side, Tai Yang, Ken mountain, Ju Yin, Kun earth. Okay, so nothing to something, Liang Yi 2 form, Su Xiang 4 images, Ba Gua the 8 trigrams, so the 8 guas. Okay, so that's where it goes into. Okay, so that's, now let's look a bit on the Yin Yang theory. The Yin Yang theory originates, as you know, from the motherland, China, and is based on the observations of the external. Early theory was recorded in the 16th century. The theory reflects of all the forms and characteristics that exist in the universe. It is the laws of heaven and earth, great framework of everything, parent of change, beginning of life and death. Yin and Yang are philosophical concepts. They generalize the 2 opposite principles, which may be observed in all related phenomena within the natural world. They may represent the 2 separate phenomena with opposing nature, as well as different opposite aspects within the same phenomenon. Kan and Li. So Kan is water, is yin. Li is fire, is yang. These two are the essence of life. Water and fire represent the two opposite aspects of a contraindications. The oppositions of yin and yang is mainly reflected in their ability to struggle with and thus control each other. Example, warm, heat may dispel cold, while coolness, cold may lower a high temperature. Under normal conditions in the human body, a relative physiological balance is maintained through the mutual oppositions of yin and yang. If the mutual opposition is in deficiency of yin or yang, then the balance will be destroyed and disease will arise. Example, excess yin can lead to deficiency of yang. Hyperactivity of yang can lead to deficiency of yin. Yin and yang oppose each other, yet at the same time have a mutually dependent relationship. Without upward movement, which is yang, there can be no downward movement, which is yin. Without cold, no heat. Yin remains inside to act as a god for yang, and yang stays outside to act as a servant for yin. Yin, nutrient substances, yang, functional activities. The human body is an integrated whole of all its organs and tissues are organically connected and can be divided into two opposite aspects according to anatomical locations. Diagnosis will be either yin or yang. Qi of the body with moving function will be yang. Nourishing and moistening qi will be yin. The nature of yin and yang is not absolute, but relative. It reflects two ways. Under certain conditions, yin changes to yang and vice versa. On the other hand, any phenomenon may be infinitely divided into its own yin-yang relationships. Example, day is yang, night yin, can be classified morning yin within yang, afternoon yang within yin. The differentiation of the natural world into its opposite part can be carried out indefinitely. Therefore, yin-yang are the same types in opposite nature and yet remain interdependent. They both oppose and complement each other. TCM applies the yin-yang principle of interconnections and continuous transformations of the human body to explain its physiology and pathology and to guide clinical diagnosis and treatment. So we can say upper body is yang, lower body is yin, exterior is yang, interior is yin, lateral aspect is yang, inner aspect is yin. Yin is consciousness, yang is our physical body, our perceptions, our mind and spirit. One needs to distinguish between the principle of yin and yang. When in motion, yin and yang separate. When in stillness, yin and yang come into balance. Example, Tai Chi Chuan, Tai is yin, Qi is yang, Chuan, balance. In meditation, we need to bring yin-yang into balance. Work on the foreign areas between these time for